All right, all right. We're back at it again. All right, let me go ahead and take a look at how we're doing. Shares. So it looks like most of the stocks from yesterday not really making any significant moves. The yolo did move up during the day yesterday. Currently in pre-market, it's just kind of holding. We have ORTX. Seems like it's on a bit of an uptrend here. Good morning, Alex. Over. Good morning, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Go ahead and get Zendu up there. Does look like we have some momentum on TIPC. Yep, I see it. Thank you for pointing that out. Okay, so decent volume, millions per minute. I mean, according to this, apparently it should be a higher float. Although the level 2 does look very thick. Makes me think that there's higher shares than reported. Let me go ahead and check. See if they've had any dilutions recently. Yep, they've had a whole bunch. All right, yeah. So within the last 2 months, we've had 4 instances of what appears to be some form of dilution. So do not trust the reported shares. That would be my advice. Good morning, Tristan. Good morning, good morning. Not to say I can't trade this, but just to be skeptical because there are likely some people underwater here. And there could be warrant ceilings or things of the like to keep an eye out. Buenos dias, Capitan. What side of dilution do you analyze? So I went through their filings. So Thinkorswim is saying 1.7 million shares. Lightspeed is saying 500,000 shares. But when I look at the level 2, I immediately see how the spread is very thick and the volume's very high. Given this volume, if this is only 500,000 or a million shares, 1 million volume should be skyrocketing this. Now, this is moving. I'm not saying it's not, but I'm just saying it should have been moving more. So that's got me skeptical. I looked at the filings. I saw 3 instances. I don't have it pulled up anymore, but I saw 3 instances of, let's see, 424B3 filing, which is a type of filing that can be dilution, and they filed 3 of them within the last month. And they have a shelf registration that they filed back in mid-October. So all of those are relatively recent. And that could explain what I'm seeing here. With that said, it's holding up very nicely. Right, you had a clean breakout here on the 1 minute pullback. You had a clean break here on the next 1 minute. I mean, it did kind of pull back, but you never really went red if you bought for this breakout. Do I enter them manually or enter some tools? So I use BAM SEC, bamsec.com. And then you just enter the ticker of what you're looking for. Good morning, Skivon. Skivon. Good morning, sir. All right. Surprised to see how many of you guys are coming in here. Good morning to you all. If you're liking the stream, please do leave a like. Helps to get this out to more people. And if you haven't seen the title of the stream already, this is going to be the final live stream I am doing for probably the next 10 or 15 days. So I'm going to make a video going into it more, but I have decided it is not worth it to keep doing this. There is too many negative factors that are affecting me with this trading. Not like in IRL circumstances. I just mean with the conditions that I'm working under. So the commissions, the platform fee, the data fee, it's too much. So I'm going to have to pivot. Will I be switching to Webull? Yes, I am looking at trying Webull first, yes. But no, I'll make a video breaking it down more. But currently, from my understanding, as of yesterday on the account, I was up about $180 gross. But after commissions, I was down about 20, and I haven't calculated in the platform fee and the data fee, but I did realize that the platform fee, I didn't have enough commissions to offset the platform fee, so I need to calculate both of those as well. Pivot, yep. How much am I paying for platform fees at the moment? So it's supposed to be $130 a month minus your commissions. So just some basic math. If I've been doing this challenge for 2 months and my commissions are roughly $200, that's about $60 in the red because those parts of the platform fee weren't paid. So from that, you would assume I'm roughly down 80 bucks. Not a lot. But it's very disappointing seeing that gross I'm up nearly $200 and yet I'm actually red like 100. It's very frustrating and demoralizing to see that. It makes me, quite frankly, not even want to trade. Right? I don't view myself as a gambler. I hate exposing myself in an environment where I don't have an edge. So kind of looking at that data and seeing that, oh shit, I'm actually not only am I not really profitable using Lightspeed, but I'm like honestly significantly not profitable. I actually had like, I don't know how to describe it, but I just felt terrible. And I still kind of feel terrible. Part of me doesn't even want to really be here today, but I didn't let you guys know. Yeah, it's frustrating. Yeah, I didn't want to just up and say, hey guys, I'm not streaming, right? And just not show up because I didn't really, yesterday my consensus was I was going to look into it and I wasn't really making a decision yet, but the decision is clear now. Yeah. Good morning, Telemann. Yeah, with a certain scale, size issue. Yeah, and it's not even really the size issue. This is what I was really, and I'll break it down more. I'm gonna really hammer the data out. I'm gonna try and cover everything because I got 44 days of data. That's plenty of data. But I'm gonna really try and hammer it out. My understanding, though, is simply that because I was looking at the past few months before the challenge, and I was significantly profitable, like 400 to 800 a month after commissions and fees. So I was doing well before that, but that was really because we were in a hotter market and I was pushing harder. In this colder market, I'm having less range, and anytime you're having less range with commissions, it just kills you. I didn't think it, I'll be honest, I didn't think it was as bad as it was. I should have paid closer attention to it. So I've got no one to blame for that. Should have paid closer attention. Got lazy. But yeah, going forward, that's something... I mean, and to be in my defense, I have mostly traded with non-commissioned brokers, so I didn't really think it was going to be that bad. Right? And on the surface, it looked like I was making money, like I was green every day. Or not every day, but like my average days have been green. So... Thank you for showing up every day, though. Yeah, no, yeah, or today, yeah. Absolutely. I didn't tell you guys I wasn't going to show up. And I could have just made a post on, like a YouTube post or set it on the Discord, but I felt like I needed to at least be here. And I think it's a good thing, too, that I'm doing it now, because it feels like the market has been much slower. We're coming up on Christmas and New Year's. It seems like the market has been slower. So if there's any time I should be transitioning, it's probably right now, right? I'm probably not missing much. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm mostly just watching this in OPTX. I guess I can remove these from the scanners here. TIVC really just grinding higher. The market's been a double asterisk since October. Yeah, since late October. That is exactly my read. Yep. Good analysis, so it helps. Absolutely, yeah. And as upset as I am, because I felt like I was in a state of delusion, right? Because I thought I was profitable when I wasn't. So that's kind of a harsh reality to deal with and accept. But at the very least, I'm not saying it's a waste either. I got to build this community with you guys. And on top of that, I think it'll be very educational, not only for me, but all of you. I'll do my best to turn this into an educational process so you all can see what I see. Good morning. Did you make money from TIVC? No, I did not. I have not traded yet. You can see here my trade window for all the trades I've taken today. Currently, no trades. And as you said, less ops, fees, commissions. Yeah. Kind of profit curve. No, yeah, absolutely. And I should have maybe saw this too. Because, as I've said, my edge isn't super strong. Like, I have a small edge, but it's not a crazy edge. Right, over the last 2 months, I have made roughly $1.80 of profit per share with 100 share size, which is like the standard. So I'm technically up like $1.80 per share, which is solid. It's not a crazy amount. But yeah, the commissions and everything else just absolutely crushed it. You trade backside moves now, thanks to you. You've been very helpful. Hope you keep going. Yeah, no, in a cold market especially, I feel like trading these front sides is so much more dangerous. Like, I mean, even this, right? You try buying this. 313 down to 278. That's not actually that terrible of a drop. It's like, what? 32. It's like 40 cents or so. Can't trade TIVC on E-Trade. Really, E-Trade restricts you too, huh? Hmm. Wonder if I'm gonna run into problems with that with Webull, if they're not gonna let me trade. Because, like, if all the commission brokers start to go this way, it's gonna be rough for day traders. Right? You're gonna be basically forced into high commission brokers if that happens. But yeah, anyway, for TIVC, I've been a bit off-put from this one just ever since I looked at the filings and saw that there was significant dilution. So I'm mostly sitting tight here. You're trading it right now? Awesome. Good luck. In the EU, they are banning payment for order flow. 0 commissions for 2026. Weebull's good so far. Okay, I'm glad to hear that. Haven't been restricted from trading any stocks on Webull. Me either. Yeah, and that's... I used to do options mostly on Webull, but even with options, I never really had any restrictions. Like, there was never any time where I tried to take an order, and it's just like, we don't want you to trade that one. Like, I've never had that happen. Good morning, sir. Good morning. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it too, right? In some ways, this should be me going from hard mode to easy mode, because I've been trading in an environment that has a very negative EV, right? I'm having all of these downward pressures, and switching should relieve them. So, granted, I'm going to lose the very high level 2 data, but other than that, I'm not really losing anything else. And the level 2 is more for confirmation. It's not super high on the priorities. It's maybe like mid-tier quality for me. Mid to upper tier. No restriction on size so far. OPTX is kind of still bleeding. This is significant. Unfortunately, we're seeing high volume on the dumps, so I don't really trust this to bounce here. Webull level 2 closer to Lightspeed, which Thinkorswim level 2 is for options and not small caps. Yeah, I haven't used the level 2 on Webull. I know that they do charge for it, but I think it's cheaper than Lightspeed. Lightspeed's like 25 bucks or something for what's it called? National Best Bid Offer. I think Webull's cheaper. Which scanners do I use? So I'm using Thinkorswim scanners. I have 2 different scanners built. One for a general momentum scanner, and another one for a hot momentum scanner. I'm also using Zendu from YouTube, more so just for confirmation to see that sometimes one will pick up something the other won't. So it's good to have multiple sources to check from. Webull, level 2 in Webull is like, okay, like $5? There's no way. Dude, what? There's no way it's that cheap. I mean, if it's that cheap, I might as well at least try it for a month just to compare. Because if it's only $5, I mean, heck, that's a steal. Use Zendu as well. Great resource. Yeah, I think Zendu's awesome. Strongly recommend them. It's cheap, yeah. No, I'm looking forward to it. I really am. But it's going to take some time for me to set everything up and transfer it. So I'm not going to give any promises on when it's going to be up. I would say 10, 15 days at the latest. But I will return. And it'll be nice to get a break, right? I've been, other than the one day that I couldn't stream, I've been here every day. And it has been, I do feel I've gotten a little bit of burnout from coming here every day. So it will be nice to take a break. Footprint charts are 16 a month. I've looked at footprints. They're interesting. And I mean, I'll be honest. I'm actually going to make a note of this. So, as far as footprints go, footprint charts, because my strategy relies so heavily on order flow and where people are buying and selling, footprint charts may actually be more helpful to me for my specific strategy. So I'm making a note here for it, and I'm gonna look into that because I think footprint charts could actually be something to investigate. Yeah, the learning curve. I'm sure there is one. I wish I would have up-to-date data I had in 2019, 2022. Short a lot of these, but don't trust myself with recent data. Yeah, even like with the shares outstanding or float or whatever you want to call it for this stock, right? I don't know what you guys see for the data, but it's definitely not 1 million shares outstanding. It's definitely not accurate. Hey, you see what happened on VELO yesterday, right? So after I got stuck in this private placement announcement and the stock plummeted, I didn't have time to read it, so I ended up missing it. But I guess there was some sort of lockup or something, because this thing did end up fully recovering and then went way higher. So looks like I kind of got stuck in this flush, but realistically, knowing that there was potential that this could have flushed all the way down to 850 or 9 or whatever, I absolutely could not continue holding. TIVC wouldn't be a good short anyways. I mean, maybe. I feel like I'm more and more bearish every day I see flip-flop, but but I don't know. Like, it is a downward trending stock, but you do have these weird spikes, right? Where it's just this crazy move up. If you're going to short it, at least it wouldn't be something I would hold overnight or even during the day, just in case you have a halt and then gap up like 500% or something crazy. But maybe like a short into something like this. And it's weird too, right? Because this move, right? This is up like 60% on no news. So very strange. It's ETX. Oof. Yeah. You made 10% on OPTX this morning. Good stuff. Nice hit. It's a death spiral dilution stock, TIVC. Eventually it's going right back down, holding up so far. Yeah, I mean, it is a death spiral, right? It will go back down, but I'm just saying this stock has had a history of doing crazy moves up and then fading, right? But can you really hold? Can you buy here at $3 and hold through a squeeze where you're down 500%? Right, this stock has a history of doing that, even within the last year. So that would be one thing I would say to be cautious of if you were a short seller. Looks like a dump. Yeah, I mean, it's probably a short squeeze of some kind here, right? This is moving up on news. Spread's very thick, so whatever the actual shares outstanding float is for this, it's much higher than 1 million. I would say it's probably at least 3 million. Maybe more. The only danger right now is TIVC is the only thing moving today. Yeah, and you're correct. You're right. And I don't want to touch this one. So I'm like iffy. I'm mostly just waiting for something better. If something else takes attention, maybe it dumps. For now, it's all eyes on this. Yeah. Won't they liquidate your account if you get stuck in a 500% move up? If you went in with 100% of your account, yeah, right? Right, you could technically short 1% of your account, and even if the stock goes up 500%, you're down 5%, right? So if you size, you can handle even dramatic moves, but the only question is how much size are you actually willing to allocate to a trade? And with shorting specifically, you need to have very low exposure, right? Because if you aggressively short something and then it pops up 500%, you're just done, right? Your margin called, you're bankrupt. It has to be relatively organic price action, yeah. If a rigger wants to move the stock higher without any actual order flow supporting it, I find it very hard to read the stock and short it. Shorting and short selling is dangerous for beginners. Always have to have a stop. My opinion is just never ever short sell. If you don't have at least 3 years in the market, in my opinion, don't even mess with it. It's way too dangerous. I have dabbled with it myself and been profitable, right? I made like $300 or around that short selling. And I'll tell you what, I was very stressed. It was very stressful to me. But yeah, and even with small size, but yeah. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, market taker. I think that's really rough too about short selling is you need to have a margin account to even be able to short sell, which means you have to have at least 25,000 or what? You're just going to use like the PDT rule? Like that doesn't seem practical. So yeah, it's difficult. Adding on the way up is a death sentence as a short. I mean, I would say it's always been a death sentence. Averaging up and just refusing to cut a trade, especially with sizing, right? Or the percentage sizing, right? I would say if you're risking more than 5% of your capital on one trade with shorting, that's maybe too much. I'm not sure, right? Like I said, I'm not a short seller. That would just be my intuition. I was extremely conservative when I was shorting. That's what I like about futures. What do you think on the Stephen Duck's strategy? I have no clue what that is, but I will make a note of it and I will look into it. I have never heard of that. Stephen Duck's strategy. Okay, 10 years ago, you could make crazy money doing that for many years ago. Let's see. Now, nowadays, the outlier percent moves are so large to do that. Or too large. He made $6 million on 2 trades as a short seller. I mean, look, I don't care how good or bad you are. 2 trades is 2 trades. That's so little data. Yeah. Yeah, I would be hesitant if we're talking about data from just 2 trades. I mean, if you made $6 million from 2 trades, great stuff, right? Made a lot of money, but to be fair, you had to have had a lot of money to do that to begin with. Right, you're not making $6 million betting 100,000. You're probably putting millions on the line, and it might. And again, like I know this from options, but you can make anything look good with options, right? You take a really lucky 0 day till expiration and you YOLO it, you could 10x your money. So saying that someone made $6 million from 2 trades, not enough. Not enough for me. Yeah, it could be luck. No, he is a student of Tim 6 and Warrior 2. He has a massive amounts of data to his 6 trades a year. Takes 6 trades a year. How long does he hold for? Right? You take 6 trades a year. I mean, I would assume if you're taking so little, you're doing massive research into it. So you're probably buying with large size, and you're probably holding for an extended period, I would assume. Have you tried for a 5-minute orb strategy? I don't know what orb means. Waiting for a pullback and entering. Well, yeah. I mean, that's like the staple, right? You got the 1-minute pullback, 5-minute pullback. Absolutely. That's certainly something I look for. TRIB, take a look. Oh, all right. Let me go ahead and focus in here. Looks like we might have something. $1 stock. Oh, that's a super high float on Lightspeed. Okay, it looks like we had a recent reverse split then, because I think there's someone saying way lower. Okay, so we do have news. Major order for 9 million. Okay, that's strong news. Okay, decent inflow here. Looks like mostly buying. Okay, I went ahead and bought that dip there. Let's see if we can get a breakout here. A pretty nice dip by entry, but we're struggling at 20. Okay, I'm taking half off there just to lock in some profit. Still holding another 50 shares. See if we can get some more from this. Okay, sizable buyer in the bid. 20,000. Okay, now we got a sizable buyer on the ask. It got bought up, though. A lot of action around here. Yeah, I'm out. I got shaken out here. So, seeing the very large seller on the level 2, like it got hit out once, but then seeing another 30 or 40,000 shares show up spooked me too much. Now let's watch it go without me. Yeah, shaken out there. 129 was my target too, so it would have got hit. I mean, to be fair, we did roll over pretty hard here. Go ahead and log this trade. It was a good quality setup. It was a very strong catalyst. I'll give it an A- though, just because pullback wasn't super clean. It was like a micro pullback. In hindsight, too, I don't regret selling, because we did just have 6 green candles in a row. So if we're going to struggle to break through 25 and hold above it, after seeing this many candles, there's a chance of a pullback. So, no, I think my exit was justified. I tried to give it a chance, and it just didn't give it to me. Had a base hit on TRIB. Good stuff. Yeah, if you bought this at any point and held longer than a minute, you probably made money on this, at least so far. But it's so extended now, so I'd be really iffy to jump in here on a micro pullback, just because it's gone straight up. Maybe this is just the conservative me coming out, because the news is very strong, or at least it looks strong. It's part of why I rated the trade so highly. But it feels like it's extended. Right, it does look strong, right? We're in a very, very strong uptrend. We've had a ascending volume. Nice trade. Thank you. Could have been a buy opportunity. That flush was somewhat low. Yeah, maybe. Do have to keep in mind too, this is a higher float, right? This trade wasn't, you know, in hindsight, because this is a higher float, maybe I should have had less leeway on the level too. Because my reason I exited the trade early, like I said, was because I saw a big seller's like 25, 30,000 shares get filled on the level 2 ask, and then another 30,000 showed up. So to me, that was too much pressure. But if this is 18 million, maybe that mindset was incorrect. Yeah, and like with this volume profile, right? Like 800,000 a minute, even 50,000 shares of selling pressure isn't huge. So slight misplay by me there. Yeah, I'm actually going to downgrade that. Just I don't like how I played that exit. I think I overreacted a little bit on that exit. See, you could have bought the pullback here. It was on low volume. I was iffy because this is so extended. I wanted to see a bigger pullback. Very noisy candles these last 2 minutes, right? You have a jackknife down into a surge up and reverse hammer candle. Like, it's very noisy these last 2 minutes. Why am I baby sizing stuff like this? Could have been a massive winner with proper size. It's A+, doesn't get better than this. I mean, maybe for you. For me, there's criteria missing, right? Float's a bit high. I did see some selling pressure coming through. So in my opinion, not super clear cut. Yeah, consolidation, yeah, could be, right? You could be just seeing consolidation here, and then we'll see a breakout, maybe it goes to 150. Like, I could see that. The volume is still super high, and we're still holding pretty high up in this move. So yeah, this could just be consolidation chop before we have a big breakout. I think that's totally realistic. By the way, after TRIB came out, TIVC has basically just died. So yeah, looks like all attention shifted to this one. As soon as TRIB took attention, TIVC dumped. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, people switched. You're back in. Good luck. Don't think I'm going to touch it here. Making 10 cents on a stock that's 130. I mean, it's like, what, an 8%, 9% gain? It's not bad. I have all the data on this setup. One of the few where I actually have recent data. Oh, hope it works for you. All right, we're breaking out. Let's see if we see an actual move or not. I think I'm going to sit this one out. At minute 3, if it's holding up and the volume is always, and has the volume, it's always an entry, 80% win rate. Hey, if you hit with it. It does feel like lately everything's been rolling over even high volume moves. TIBC failing more. I'm actually going to get in here, TIBC, for bounce play. This push down was on pretty light volume. Like this first push down was because of the attention shift, but this second push was on lighter volume. I wouldn't be surprised if I got in below VWAP. This is a pretty big pullback. I'm mostly looking at the volume profile. Yeah, I see TRIB didn't really resolve super cleanly, right? You had a pop up, but it looks like it just kind of pulled back to that support. Nice little surge there. Got filled on that. All right, and you're gone. I don't want people promoting spam on here like that. There's a time and place to do that. It's probably a bot anyway. You were thinking 245, 250. That would be reasonable. I was taking a conservative bounce on it. Wow, what a surge. One thing that maybe would have been a sign that I was being a little too conservative is I got the timing almost perfect, right? My entry was 230 and I got in, I got in at 230 and the low was 228. So I got in super close to this bottom when this was starting to curl. So you could argue, because my entry was excellent, maybe I should have just taken half off, 10 cents up, right? I mean, it's $9, so I'll take a $9 winner any day. But yeah, maybe that exit was a little too conservative. No, I think there's a valid argument that maybe I should have taken half off and went for 245 or so. I like that setup. Okay, nice 2 little base hits here. Up 18 bucks on the day. It's okay to profit. Yeah. No, I mean, I'm not complaining. And keep in mind too, I'm not necessarily expecting this to return up or anything. Right? This is clearly backside of the move, so I need to take profit at some point early. I don't know. Very interesting situation. Yeah, TRIB. This one's a bit of annoying. Anyone who tried to buy for this breakout, right, basically got burned. Hmm. You cut the trade at 7%. Got very sketch. Yeah, it's... I don't know. If this was a better quality stock, if the float was lower, then I would have been more inclined to engage with this on this breakout. But just to me, seeing how high the float is, I just really didn't respect that this was going to resolve cleanly. I did acknowledge it could have went to like 150, and to be fair, it went to like 144. So it did make a bit of a move, but it's just... I mean, if you're buying this breakout, realistically, you're looking for like 150. That's why you don't buy breakouts like that. Yeah, no. And if this was a higher quality stock, or if we were in a hotter market, I might have taken that. But not here. Data clearly shows that there are specific moments where it makes sense to buy candles that are not closed yet. Right, I do think about the closure of candles, but I'll be honest, I always hear people say, like, you need to wait for the candle to close or those kind of things. But to me, that's... I always feel that volume is the most important thing. Regardless of what the candlestick chart does, what does the volume say? It stubbed its toe at 145, yeah. Yeah. Looks like we might be getting a head and shoulders pattern too here, right? Shoulder, head, shoulder. So it could be a head and shoulders. Yeah, we got 4 minutes till the top of the hour. See what we get. It is. Volume is the most important. I agree. Volume gang, rise up. That's what I mean, though, like with the footprint thing, with the footprint indicator, because footprints are very heavily focused around volume and order flow, so it makes sense that that would be something I should look into. Volatility is way beyond candle closures. I agree. Volume gang, volume gang. Yeah, yeah. 100%. That's what I need to do, because I'm super... That's my biggest indicator is volume. I should really make that like my thing. I'm just like the volume gang. I could get like a shirt or something that just says volume gang on it. That might be funny. You can see buyer and seller proportion. Yeah. Right, and the thing is like, it's not only... And this is something I'm always having to do. You might notice me do this multiple times on a candle. But I might say something like, let's say this candle just flushed, right? You might say, this candle flushed, but all of the volume was at the bottom of this candle, right? This drop from 147 to 130. This, or what was this, like 142, 143 to 130. You could say, okay, most of the volume transacted at the bottom. And I can intuitively do this, right? I just look at the volume, and if I see that the candle drops and the volume is low for the minute, I know that very little volume went through on this push down. But if I had a footprint, like the candle footprint thing, that might let me work around that, or also just no context, because you don't really remember every single candle where the volume went through. Like, I might be able to remember one candle, but for example, if we know all of the volume, just to say an example, like let's say for this area, if all of this volume went through during these 3 pullbacks here, and all of this was light volume, to me that would be very telling. Turn up the volume. Yeah. Vol gang. I guess that'd be volatility. I mean, volume and volatility go together. All right, we're coming up on the top of the hour. Let's see if we get anything new. Man, I'm gonna miss streaming. It's nice talking with you guys. Really helps excite the mood whenever it's so quiet and just nothing's really moving. If you are enjoying the stream, I will say again, I would appreciate it if you hit the like button. Helps me get this out to more people, and it would mean a lot. But no pressure. It is a like suggestion, not a like beg. When are your 50 days up? So, if you didn't see, I am ending the challenge today. Today is the final day. I will be making a video breaking down my metrics very thoroughly, either today or tomorrow or sometime. But basically, yeah. After I was looking at the fees and commissions, it is not worth it for me to continue doing this. I'm losing more than I'm making on average. The reason I'm here today is because I didn't make a formal announcement or anything. So I want to do that here, so that way you guys are aware of it. But yeah, when will I be back? I am switching to Webull, and I will be starting with Webull and documenting everything there. I am expecting, because of the time it's going to take to set everything up and transfer, this is moving quite a lot, by the way. I'm expecting that within 10 to 15 days, I will be back. Yeah, this is very, very big volume, too. Look at this volume. Okay, this is interesting. This volume is way higher than all of this. Okay. So I'll be back next year. Yep, I'll be back. You won't see me anymore this year, at least on live streams. Webull, a heck of a lot better platform than Thinkorswim. Use both, but love the offsets and Webull. Yeah, I don't really know. I like the active trader in Thinkorswim. My biggest issue, I would just go back to Thinkorswim because I was significantly more profitable there. But they've started to restrict which stocks you can trade, which is very frustrating. I mean, I know a lot of you can relate, but you're looking at a stock in Thinkorswim. You're waiting to buy, waiting to buy. You see the opportunity, you hit the buy button, and order rejected. Call the broker office or whatever the thing tells you. It's like you have to call to the office to place an order with this trade. Webull is pretty good. Webull app and alerts are nice. Webull is both modern and intuitive. No, I like the design too, right? It's not even just that. Just, I think Webull looks nice, you know? I mean, you look at Thinkorswim, it looks so clunky and outdated. It works, so I'm not complaining. But it definitely looks older. And Webull looks a lot more modern. Okay, BBLG. Wow, crazy movement on this one. This does have news. Bone biologist improves extension. Product shelf life to 24 months. I mean, that's actually good news. It is solid news. BBLG has a lower float. Yeah, spread's pretty thin. I don't know how much I want to trust this one. The float's excellent. Volume is okay as well. The news is decent. You're in? Good luck. Very nice breakout. You got some resistance around the 270s. And other than that, there's no real resistance. I mean, I guess maybe some at like 250s, but it's a weaker resistance. Got a little short at 228. Looks strong right now. It does look pretty strong. You've got high volume on a lower float. News is decent. Got in BBLG. Let's go. Let's go, Vol Gang. Another base hit. Nice. Very nice resolution on this, right? This is a 30-cent move. Main reason I didn't want to touch it was just these first candles were just so awkward, right? This looks like just noise. By the time it actually got a clear signal, we were basically already moving. TRIB looks like it's rolling over. Could be a response to BBLG. People might be pivoting off of this to BBLG. Double top here. It still looks strong, right? This candle held up more than this one. Okay, so you had a 1 minute high here. We'll see how this resolves. You're heading out. Best to everyone, and we'll be looking forward to return. Well, I hope you have a good rest of your year, and hopefully I will see you back. Have a good one, man. Still moving. Yeah, getting good volume inflow even now. So there's a clear buy signal here. I'm curious if it's going to actualize or if this is a fake out. Right, you had someone clearly holding it down here. You broke by a few cents, and now we've retraced below this level. So my worry is that there was a big seller here. They let the price pop up, and now they're hammering it down. It's a theory. Flip side could be you made people go long here, now you're trying to stop them out. Yeah, it could be consolidation. Volume's still quite high. I would think that if this was consolidation, the volume would have dropped more. Maybe not, though. Right? If we get a massive volume that goes way higher than all these candles, then I would say this is consolidation. You're in at 220, holding until the bell. 220, I mean, that's a pretty good entry. I mean, good luck. Interesting push down on that. High volume. All right, looks like my theory has more credibility now. Remember, I said that it looked like someone had been selling here. They removed the order, let it pop, and then immediately hammered it back below. And it looks like now they're actually fully selling out. So I think the story here is there was actually a seller here. So I would guess that I was right. We'll see. We will see. But I think my theory has more credibility now. And yeah, I can't buy this because this is too much volume on this push down. Needs to go down more. It was 50-50 buy sells on the candle. I feel like it's almost more important to know where they went through. Because even if it's 50-50, if the order is transacted going lower, then that's more important. Yeah, because 50-50 buy-sell wouldn't make sense for a candle that did this kind of move, right? I mean, no matter how you look at it, that just wouldn't make any sense. Okay, not a great fill on that. I wanted to try and get in here at 111. Got filled a bit high. I'm actually going to cut it here. No, didn't like how that played out. So I wanted to get in there at 11. And I canceled and replaced the order because the order would have put me at 12. But the bid popped up for a second, so the time between me placing that order and it filling, the price went up another 2 cents. So I ended up getting filled at 213. Yeah, and not seeing that immediate bounce here was throwing me off. It did end up bouncing, so I got the play right. Just got shaken out. Paper-handed. And at the same time, too, I think it is important to be more cautious, right? Because this is very aggressive selling. So I do need to be willing to cut it quickly. So I think me being delicate or me being sensitive was correct. I think just me getting that slightly higher fill threw off my rhythm a little, and then me getting pushed to where I was down 3 cents was too much. I'm actually going to give that a lower rating, just because of how I played that. Don't like how I played it. The flush candle was 640k sell, 180k buy. Right, but you got to ask where did the order go through, and that's part of why I wanted to avoid this initial one, right? Because the volume was just really high, and it looked like it was mostly pushing it down. This second one was much lower volume than this first push down. I thought this looked stronger for a buy. Previous candle, the flush candle was 50. It looks like I got the timing right. Or I wanted to get in at 211, couldn't get it. But like 211 would have been an amazing entry here. Even if it rolls over here, right? Like it would have been the correct time to attempt a bounce trade. Gonna pivot back here. PRIB, making new highs. Still very high volume. Very nice push. Yeah, it's at the high. Happy New Year. Catch you next year. Catch you as well. It's nice when you break your rule and get punished for it. I mean, it is. It is. I feel like a broken rule that gets rewarded is the dirtiest one, right? I think we can all agree. We have a trade, it's sloppy, you break a rule, and then you get rewarded. You just feel scummy. You know, you feel I didn't deserve this. No, I totally get it. ABBLG did end up going lower, so now I feel less FOMO that I missed out. I always know I deserved it. I mean, fair enough. BBLG continuing lower here. Got to be careful too, because this is a death spiral. All right, and we did have a leg up here, so yeah, got to be careful about trying to buy here for just any kind of bounce. Given how aggressive this selling pressure was and that this bounce failed, I'm iffy to really trust it. TRIB is definitely the strongest right now. You're feeling the squeeze. Yeah, and it's painful too because it's slow squeeze, right? Like this has just been incrementally going up. It does have a strong catalyst behind it. I think the reason it's going slower is just because the float's larger. HIHO. I saw that one. I think it was because it was too cheap. I mean, it's $1.30. No, I think you're right. Maybe I am overlooking this. I had ruled it off, but it doesn't seem bad. Yeah, I mean, lower float has news. Wow, what a move. So very clean breakout on this 1 minute pullback. Yeah, really good call out on HIHO, regardless what this does. Seems to be really consolidating around this 150 area. Could be a seller here. Yeah, they might be cycling out of that into HIHO. Okay, in here half size. Might add if we go down a little more. Okay, averaged up there. I like this volume. This volume's low on this pullback. Might be an overreaction. Okay, sold half, still have half. Like to see us get up to maybe like 147. Ooh, very big buyer step up at 143. Like to see that. Yeah, love to see that. All right, cutting it there. No, don't do this to me. You're making me embarrassed on stream, HIHO. Making me embarrassed for selling here and thinking I'm smart. And then it goes up another 15 cents right after. It's unfortunate. Ace hit, but could have been like an extra 5-10 bucks on that. I did not expect this to just rip through 150 and go straight up to 170. Wow. What a break. I need to hit about $50 to break even. Yeah. Very impressive that that did that. Let's clean on dilution tracker. Good morning, No Teamer. Good morning, good morning. I mean, it's a base hit. I'm very frustrated that I gave up right before 150 broke. I did want 147. I got 147. So I hit my target. I just can't believe it just ripped another 20 cents immediately. Very impressive. Hmm. That's a crazy, crazy pop. Can't buy HIHO on Thinkorswim. Frustrating. Yeah. No, it's... I'm seeing this more and more. I'm actually starting to wonder if Thinkorswim just isn't going to be viable for day trading anymore. Am I the only one that feels like they've been doing it more too? Like, it feels like they've been increasing the amount of shares that are, the amount of stocks that are untradeable. I need to not stutter so much. Pretty good day today so far, though. 3 out of 4 base hits. Had one small loser that... I mean, and to be fair, the one that was a small loser, it would have turned into a full-size loss if I kept holding. So... I can't even be that mad at it. MAMO. What's up with MAMO? Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Let's see. Looks like they had news. And the news didn't immediately spike it. Daily, very strange grind. It looks like it's a higher float. Yeah, higher float. So why is this moving so much? It doesn't even... This catalyst doesn't even seem like a good catalyst. It's just a meh catalyst. Yeah, this doesn't make sense. With a higher float, maybe there's like a lockup. Oh, actually... Wait, how old is this company? Well, no, this company's like a year and a half old. 88% insider owned, so trades thin. Yeah. I mean, that's got to be it. The thing I was thinking, though, is like you go to the daily chart, and this is very, very low action. I mean, to be fair, the volume is probably non-existent. You're getting like a couple thousand a day, most days. I guess that's fine. I thought maybe the daily chart moving slowly was an indicator, but maybe not. But yeah, this news catalyst feels kind of like nothing. Yeah. I don't know why this went up so much. I mean, I guess maybe if it was just a lower float, or lower float. I guess like, look at this though. Like, this is 11,000 shares of volume, and you went from $5 to 8 on 11,000 shares. Take quarter size here if we see another push down. Looking for like 560s maybe. It's holding a bit here, maybe a bit lower now. Yeah, move my order down. Volume's still high too. All right, in there for quarter size. Went ahead and added there at 516. Trying to sell. Got some of it sold. Yeah, okay. And got the rest out. Yeah, because it was consolidating here, that was signaling to me that 560s wasn't a reliable support. Okay, nice little $10 hit on that. Still don't fully trust this to bounce here. Right, this has been straight down. Yeah, the news catalyst just didn't really justify being up that much. Wait for this. I'm not doing the math here. Let's see. I mean, good hit, right? It's solid. Thinkorswim, I think they want small traders off their platform. This last year, they have been closing accounts for no reason. Well, I mean, there's always a reason. They wouldn't turn down people that were getting the money. So there's always a reason. Now I have multiple days a week where I can't trade 2 or more tickers every single day. Yeah. Yeah, TRIB still holding up pretty well. This is a certainly interesting move, but I probably just need to not mess with it. The news is, it looks like just kind of a whatever catalyst. And I mean, the fact that this immediately sold all the way off kind of validates that. TRAB. Oh, wow, you're right. It is moving. Yeah. Yeah, Flip-Flop's probably feeling the heat with this one. I believe he was short this. I mean, to be fair, how much is it up? It isn't up crazy, is it? 90%. Significant. Yeah, I think this is a combination of just a stock with really good news, right? This news catalyst is very solid, combined with maybe a short squeeze. Your new average is 147 short. Been on E-Trade for 10 years now. They only restrict maybe 4 times. That's not bad. And I mean, right, you get like GameStop like moves where there's just crazy volatility. And I can respect a brokerage being hesitant to want to engage with that. Look at it go. Yeah, I mean, to me, I can't buy here. I'm probably just a spectator for this. MAMO. Continuing lower here. I might re-engage here. See if we can have a 450 break. Did get the break. I'm in quarter size. Volume's quite heavy, so I'm hesitant to want to add to this. I might just keep quarter size. Very crazy leg down, though. Could get a nice bounce here. It's crazy. Even with that entry, my entry was still kind of high. On the daily, this is quite a crazy reaction. HO round 2. Yeah, what a crazy drop. 170 to 120. I'm still on MAMO, but only quarter size. This thing is showing quite big range, so I don't really want to extend more to it. PHIO. It looks like it kind of just spiked and immediately reversed. More news for TRIB. I will look at it in a moment. I want to stay with this trade, though. I still can't believe this thing went down another 30 cents for my entry. It's crazy. It was already so extended. And the volume was high, so like I couldn't add. The volume was too high. Too dangerous. Close to breaking even. I mean, on this trade, my entry was at 46. So roughly break even on it. Only quarter size, though. Yeah, I was aiming for 478 for the bounce. Given this range, I was expecting we could get that. The volume has just completely dried up here. I mean, the news catalyst is neutral. One thing that might be iffy, though, is the daily chart. We are very extended. So seeing this collapse from the $5 down to like the mid 430s, 440s. I don't know. Seems like a reasonable place for a bounce here. I'm not super against holding a bit longer. We are coming up on the top of the hour, though. So I will be calling it soon here. By the way, the MAMO trivia is this is the dude that was married to Lori Laughlin, and his daughters were part of the USC emissions scandal. Trivia, am I right? How did you enter there with such high sell volume? So when this sold off, the volume wasn't as high at the time. Right, it was maybe like 1/4 of that. A lot of the sell volume came through after it broke through 450 and made this plunge down towards 417, and the volume came through here. Getting close to 9 a.m., so I'm closing the winners. BBLG covered, BMRA covered, now only TRIB with 147 short. Well, good luck covering it. I mean, it still looks strong right now. But like always, I will stay around 5 minutes after the top of the hour, see if we get anything else. Unfortunately, a lot of my attention has been focused on this because I want to watch over the trade. But I'm thinking about trying to get some kind of closeout if I can on it. Some little iffy thing. If I can get something. I did want 478, but it's looking like it's more hanging in this area. I still think there's a chance this could recover too, right? Because this is very extended. Right, it's very well below the close of the previous day. News seems relatively neutral. Yeah, HIHO looks like it's curling again. Certainly looks in play. All right, we're at the top of the hour here. We'll see if we get anything else on the scanners. Still watching HIHO and TRIB. As well, of course, MAMO, because I'm currently in it. Exhaustion on Trib. Too many sellers. It could be. And VVE has news. Yeah, it has news. Very, very big range on this. Okay, signs agreement, so it's basically just a partnership. Thanks again. See you next year. You as well. You as well. It's a pretty low push down. You're right about TNMG. It looks like that's also moving. This is a death spiral stock for sure. I can tell just from the movement that's lower float. Thing is, though, we're not really getting great volume here. Feels like the market open is starting to distract the what? Later cap C next year. You have a good one, Wiz. Have a good one. I will see you next year. You haven't made a trade this morning? I feel that. I do see the HIHO still. Yeah, you're right. It still has good volume. Could very well be in play. The thing is with NVVE, it's a low float, which is great. News looks like it might be bullish to slightly neutral. But the problem is that there's no volume with this. Right? Biggest candles are like 20,000, 30,000. Now we did have a super nice recovery here, which does feel like a bullish recovery. TNMG, it looks like it also fully rolled over. CHR gapped 5,000%. So you mean it reverse split? That's what you mean, right? Big move on it, though. Hold status updated. Yeah, so 1 for 50 reverse split. So this is just a reverse split resumption. Now, we've seen reverse splits do well recently, so this might be something to look at. Have CHR as a Chinese stock? Yeah, this is a Chinese stock. I am familiar with this ticker. Yeah, so since it resumed, this must be the resumption on the reverse split. So we're technically gapping up. I mean, you look at the daily chart on this is god-awful, right? It's just, this is horrible on the daily. Even TNMG sold off, and even during the day, during market hours, this had a pretty brutal sell-off. The stock has a history of just bleeding hard. What is the news on this? Okay, so there's actually not live news. This just randomly spiked for no reason. Got it. So CHR really struggling to get over to. Green on the day, you're out. Yeah, you have a good one, man. I might be heading out here as well. I'm not debating it. Very interesting price action on this, though. Because this went down on lower volume, if we see this break down further, maybe like, I mean, it would probably have to be like high 160s. I'd be interested. You're getting the action I'm looking for. Yeah, I had an order out there at 69. Didn't get hit. What's the low? I got close. 71. I was 2 cents off. Good lightning. Good lightning. It's good late morning. I should actually probably drop this lower now. It's consolidated too much. Gonna get it. Okay, did get filled there. It's still super low volume on this push down. One red flag too is this is a Chinese stock. So I am aware of that. It's tempting to add there, but it being a Chinese stock, I didn't know how much I trusted it. Trib is Irish. Cool. Not sure what that has to do with much, but fair enough. I'm gonna try and cut this trade now, if I can get out here at 170. Okay, so I have my order to sell at 170, and there was an order on the bid, but it didn't fill for some reason. Fair enough. It's weird. So I had an order at 170, and again, 400 share order popped up. Maybe someone else is just getting priority before me. Whatever the reason is. Let me switch my order to visible. See if that makes a difference. Well, I sold 19 shares. My order is not even that big. Yeah, I might just head out here soon. I mean, I'm still holding... How much? 31 shares of CHR. I'm still holding Mammo. Quarter size at 146. And it's just kind of gone sideways. I might hold this one for a recovery attempt. I'm not sure. But CHR... Don't really want to hold this one just because it's Chinese. Yeah, it's annoying that I kept putting my order to sell at 170, but it just wasn't filling, even though orders were showing up on 170. All right, so basically out there for break even, slight profit on that. Just like $1. Yeah, like $1. But yeah, I'm going to end the stream here. I'll hold MAMO. We'll see if we get a curl on it or not. But I'm going to end it here. Reminder, I will be gone, and I will be back next year setting up on Weeble. Hopefully, I can do better in terms of my decay from commissions and stuff. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and head out here. So you guys have a good rest of your year. Talk at you next year.